How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Pretty exciting one today. We got all kinds of new stuff, releases that people have been excited about for months, and you're not going to miss it. So let's jump into the first ones. All right, so we have 4 new discs from Discraft today. I'm gonna go through them right here. First off, we have the first run Kratos. We have the proto ones come out and the test flight ones. Discraft's actually trying something a little new here. I've never seen this before. It's almost like the weight's almost like printed on there or stamped on there. That's interesting. But it's in the rubber blend like the Luna typically is. It's basically a beaded Luna. I was actually using one of these for a video the other day. Putts like a dream, throws like a dream. Just a really good disc. The bead definitely adds a little bit more stability. So if you're looking for a little bit more overstable Luna, I wouldn't call it an overstable Luna, but more overstable than the current runs of Lunas, check out the Kratos. Or if you love the idea of putting with a Luna, but you wish it was beaded, boom, check that out. Next down the line, I also got to try out yesterday, and I'm officially in love with the Page Pierce drive. This is the prototype drive. This thing is gorgeous. It is like meant for my game. You just rip it on highs. It's realistically, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's a longer passion. It's an 11-speed passion is what it is. You rip it on hyzer, it flips up, it goes straight for a really long time, has a very subtle finish at the end. Once these things beat in, you'll be able to get hyzer flips to full flight. If you throw far enough, you probably already are. If you're throwing a little bit shorter than me, you'll be able to rip it flat and get a full flight out of it. This disc is incredible. It basically starts like a beat-in Zeus or close to that, which is what I always love throwing. My big Z Zeus in my bag is always been a beat-in Zeus. So to have something that I don't have to beat in, I can just grab off the shelf is really nice for where my game's at currently, where I'm not trying to cycle discs. I just like throwing new plastic. That's what this drive's awesome for. You just rip it on hyzer and it goes super comfortable, only an 11 speed, so really comfortable hand feel, and it goes a mile for an 11 speed. So if you're looking for a new distance driver and you want to flip up distance driver, or if you're throwing like 350-ish and you want a full flight distance driver, check out the Page Pierce drive. This thing's sick. Next down the line, to commemorate Missy Gannon taking down her first major USW DGC, they have these like Z Swirl Glimmer. I don't know what they're calling the plastic, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Missy Gannon, USW DGC champion, big money Missy in the middle here. It doesn't say it, but you know what it's trying to say. It's an Undertaker. Really comfortable feeling, just commemorative run of Undertaker. I've never seen an Undertaker in this like shimmery plastic before, so if you're an Undertaker collector, don't miss out on this one. Or if you're an Undertaker thrower, this one's probably a sick thrower too. Haven't had a chance to get out and throw it yet, but they feel sick. And last but certainly not least, right in time for this guy to start picking up some pace this season, Chris Dickerson. Robot Chicken Buzz, also in this like Z Swirl metallic. I don't know if you can see it in the light, how it's like shimmery. Really good feeling run of buzzes here. So you can never have enough buzzes on your shelf. Always need that neutral to slightly stable mid. And this Chris Dickerson Robot Chicken Buzz is a really fun stamp on it too. So if you're a Chris Dickerson fan, you don't want to miss out on this. But yeah, those are the 4 new drops from Discraft happening right now.
The last time I was on this show, everybody in the comments thought I had died because it was like, we've obviously filmed this at 7 a.m. I had gotten like 3 hours of sleep that night. And people were like, is Trevor like okay? Like I sounded so muted. I was like, no guys, like I just didn't sleep. All right, what's going on everybody? Tour Series DGA, big release. They've got a bunch of new pros and a little bit of a mix up here with the Tour Series compared to the years past. So you're gonna wanna lock in because they've got a lot of fun molds and they went with a really cool theme this year. So all of their Tour Series discs have like a graffiti design to them, which I think is kind of unique. I don't know if I've seen that a ton with disc golf stamps, so I like that they went with that for their theme. I'll start here. Colbert Allen's got the pipeline here. Nice flip up fairway driver. He swears by this. He loves throwing this. I think he throws it a ton. Katrina Allen this year has the sail. I would compare this to a Heat from Discraft. Pretty close comp. Feels the same in the hand. It's a very flippy fairway driver. Then we've got, this is Sullivan Tipton. He's got the Hurricane this year. And I love that they do Z Swirl because you get some really, really cool, and these actually have glimmer as well. It's like Z Swirl Glimmer. But Hurricane, awesome distance driver. If they're anything like last year's Tour Series Hurricanes, then these things fly pretty straight with just a little finish at the end. Really, really awesome. And yeah, this plastic is really, really cool. Moving on here, we've got, this is the Ellie Ezra, and she's going with the Rogue this year. Pretty cool stamp there as well. The Rogue is a little bit faster than like the Pipeline and a little bit flippier as well. I would put this as more like an 11-speed disc. Then we go over here to Evan Scott. Ooh, that's a nice one. This is the Steady BL. So the beadless version of the Steady. This is your just straight throwing putters. There's nothing really, nothing else to them. They kind of are similar to a Roach is what I would compare them to in the hands, Roach or a Luna. I'd say a little bit more like a Roach, but a nice straight flying putter there. Then down here, Parker Welk went with the Quake this year, which is obviously one of my favorite DGA molds. These ones actually have a little bit of dome to them, which at first I kind of was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm used to them being flat, but I feel like it might help them glide a little bit more and maybe not be quite, have so much like low speed overstability. Like they might fly a little bit different, which I think could be interesting. I do think they still feel good in the hand, and yeah, the Quake's an awesome mold. It's my favorite overstable mid-range. I throw them a ton. And then Andrew Marweed we got here. This is the Avalanche. This is a newer mold from them. He switched from the Hurricane to the Avalanche because I think he likes it for his forehand. These are very overstable, comparable to a Captain's Raptor. Probably maybe just slightly less overstable than a Captain's Raptor, but they're board flat, nice and reliable. And then finally here we have Macy Vela-Diaz with the Rift, one of my favorite mid-ranges, one of the most underrated mid-ranges. You would know about that too if you subscribe to our monthly subscription box, because that was in our underrated discs box. But these things right out of the box, hyzer flip, goes straight forever. They are a super far flying mid-range, and yeah, like I said, all these are great, really cool designs with the graffiti. The Z-Swirl Glimmer Plastic looks great. Make sure to check these out. If you haven't tried DGA yet, like all these molds are really, really solid. I'd really recommend giving it a shot. They have some really talented players that rely on this plastic, Discraft manufactured plastic, if you still haven't caught on to that yet. And yeah, check out all the DGA Tour Series.
All right, in Discmania land, we have some very exciting discs here. First, we got to kick it off with probably the most anticipated release in a long, long time, which is the S-Line PD2. This thing's been coming for a while now. Great run of S-Line. Super comfortable in the hand, nice and grippy, and the PD2 is back. I took this out to a field, threw it, ripped it on some Anheuser, threw some forehands with it, some backhands. This thing is nice and overstable, plenty of glide that it's still gonna get you that distance, but nice, dumpy, overstable, responds to Anheuser's well. This thing's sick. This is exactly what I was hoping it was going to be, because when you have a disc like the PD2 and you're bringing it back to an audience that has always loved the PD2, you can't mess it up, and in my opinion, they didn't. The one I grabbed from my bag is blue. I don't know if color matters, but just in case you want to match my experience, you can also grab a blue one. Really good feel. I don't know, like that it has this ridge people have been talking about, because like you can see it when the light hits it. You can feel that it's there, but it's like not nearly as noticeable as it looks like it would be. So I don't really know what's going on with that, but you don't notice it when you're gripping it like at all. It's not like the Pulse or anything like that where you're like it's like a thumb track. Like I didn't even notice it till I posted the video and someone said something about it, because like it's so subtle, but it looks severe, if that makes sense. So anyways, don't let that scare you away. Really great disc. Another one I took out to the field to throw was this like Chroma C-Line FD, the Dark Mall, M-A-L-L. This time we made it a mall cop. Very fun. These things color shift, they're gorgeous, and they have a little bit of flip to them. It's like a beautiful run of FDs. You just rip it on hyzer, it pops up to flat, and just goes a mile. A little bit of dome to them. They're just super comfortable in the hand. Awesome run, and they look sick. And then last but not least, we have the Cosmic Curry, which is a Logic in, I don't know what plastic, Vapor Lux, which I think is Supreme plastic. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Might just be Fusion Burst. I don't know, but actually, never mind. It's Vapor Lux. Cosmic Curry, Discmania. Pretty sick little take on the Cosmic Fury from Kyle Klein there. So if you're looking for a premium thrower putter, there you have it. But those are some fun discs from Discmania. All right, I want to give you a little glimpse into the subscription box for this month. There's only a handful left. I'm not going to show you everything, okay? But there's a custom stamp in there. There's a stock disc in there. And then there's a special disc that I am gonna show you. So this month's theme is, we're calling it oldies but goodies, I'm pretty sure, but pretty much discs that should be more popular, but they're not. And I think it's simply because of old age. They've been out for a long time. Most of them have been out like 20 some years, maybe longer. And speaking of 20 some years, one of the discs that's not guaranteed, but most people will get one, is these 20-plus-year-old Q Megas from Millennium. So Quantum Plastic by Millennium. They're all these like sick dyed Q Megas, and how you know they're old is apparently they said PDGA approved. A Millennium guy let me know that now they just say approved. So fact number one. But how all of us common folks know they're old is they're 2-ring. Don't know if you can see it, but that means they were made at the old end of a factory. So 2-ring end of a stuff goes for a lot of money, and this isn't really an exception. I have been told that if you get your hands on one of these, that the going market value for them is more than the box, which is kind of crazy. So if your box is one of the ones that gets one of these, everyone will get 3 premium discs plus a swag item. But one of the 3 premium discs could be one of these. And if you're one of the ones that get it, then you have your hands on a piece of history. And it feels like it. It feels like CE plastic, if I'm being honest with you. This plastic just feels money. And the dye is kind of sick. Like, I mean, all of these are just gorgeous. So I'm not gonna show you the rest because again, there's one custom stamp, there's one stock disc that I think is one of the most underrated discs on the market. I can't believe more people aren't throwing it. And then there's the real old one, the gem in there. So if you haven't picked up a subscription box yet for this month, don't miss out.
Last thing we're gonna show you here, I'm gonna remind you of our new apparel and our patches. A lot of people have been loving them. So if you haven't seen it yet, here we go. Got this Bogey Bros shirt right here, kind of the newer Bogey Bros logo. Got this in a few different colors. We've got this windbreaker here. It's a 1/4 zip windbreaker. We did this years and years ago. We brought it back because a lot of people wanted it. Nice and lightweight, even in the warmer months. If you need to wear something just in the windy conditions or if there's a little bit of rain, this will kind of keep you out of the elements. And it's got the embroidered logo on here. Really nice and comfortable. You got a pocket here. Nice hood as well with the drawstrings. It's a great windbreaker. It also has the drawstrings at the bottom to tighten it up around your waist. It is very comfortable. We've done that in a few different colors, but people wanted that original colorway back, so we reran it. And then podcast shirts. We got Grip Locked and Tour Life shirts on the site now in a few different colors. These are all the Comfort Colors t-shirts, which are very high quality, very nice shirts. And if you want to rep your favorite podcast, probably this one, right? Then you can check those out. So we have some pretty awesome apparel. And if you're looking to rep some podcasts, but maybe not with a shirt, well, we also have patches right now. So we've got the new Grip Locked logo in a patch. I love that. I think it looks so cool. And then we also have a Tour Life patch. Looking pretty nice there as well. And then we have some other kind of random ones here. We've got in the bag right there. I think there's also in the back here. Yeah, we got a new Bogey Bros patch. This is kind of a small one, which is cool because you can kind of have it like, if you have like an Atlas bag or a grip bag or whatever with a Velcro strip, a lot of times you can like stack smaller patches on top of each other, which is very cool. And then we've got Dark Horse American flag, pretty cool. And then there's also, I think, just the gray and black Dark Horse right there. And then we have the Yuli horse as well. And I think, just the Yuli horse right there. So a ton of patches, which are super fun. Those have been really popular as well. So always make sure to keep your eye on the apparels and accessories. We're trying to add new stuff all the time. And right now we have a ton of different options that are brand new to the site. So that's all we have for this week on the Weekly Warehouse Preview. Remember, ton of new Discraft hitting the site. That stuff's gonna go quick. DGA Tour Series, some really cool Discmania as well, some really fun releases, but all these things are gonna be pretty popular. They're gonna go fast, so make sure to be there on the site, foundationdisc.com. And don't forget about the patches and the apparel, great items to add on to your order. We'll see you next week.